And that leads us to our guest. Most of us complain about a rough commute, but have you ever rowed 2,800 miles across the Pacific Ocean? Now, when I'm saying rowed, I'm not talking about riding in a boat. I'm not talking about riding on an airplane. I'm talking about rowing, like you're rowing the boat itself. Well, that's exactly what a group of 4 women are doing right now to raise money for charity. The world's toughest row is a race involving thousands of miles of open water, no engine, no shortcuts, and the weather, well, that can make or break the whole thing. Erin Enk-Wiese with the world's toughest row joins me now alongside her fellow rowers, Julie Bennett, Jack Kazmarek, and Susan Katt. Sorry if I'm messing up the names. You guys are out in the Pacific right now on the boat joining us. It's incredible. Erin, can you kind of describe this race as deadlifting about a 2,000-pound rowboat for 12 hours a day? Talk about what your body is actually going through out there, and what does 1 hour feel like compared to the whole 12-hour event?
Absolutely. So the rowing stroke that you do, you're using your own power to propel the boat forward, right? So imagine doing that for 84 hours a week for weeks on end. It's going to take a physical toll on the body. So we're starting to feel the effects of that with our muscular strains and joint pains and things, and overall just kind of generalized fatigue. We do row in 2 to 3 hour shifts, so we try to mitigate that as best we can. But I would say you feel it more so from the beginning of the shift to the end of the shift. So the beginning of the shift, you feel okay, and then towards hour 2 or hour 3, you're really starting to feel that toll. So we do what we can to help kind of preserve our bodies, but ultimately this is an extreme endurance event. So these kind of deteriorations are going to be here to stay until we reach Kauai.
It's incredible looking at the video that you have sent us. I mean, this is out of the biggest body of water on our planet, the Pacific Ocean, and good wind is crucial out there. What's the ideal weather window that you're actually hoping for, and have those conditions generally been good so far in your journey?
Well, the conditions have been, at the beginning, it was pretty spicy, but it's calmed down a bit, and, you know, we're about to 5 to 10 knots. We'd be happier if we'd be more around that, 10 to 15 knots maybe, pushing us along a little faster to Kauai. But so far, the wind direction is going really well. We just need it to turn it up a little if possible.
It looked beautiful from that one moment. It looked like you had some dolphins that were riding alongside. Now we're looking at some of your training that went into all of this. But the conditions can change out there quickly. I want to show our forecast for everybody, because when we look at the Eastern Pacific, we've talked a lot about the El Nino influence, and it says that basin is very active. It's primed for systems that could pop up. So when we're looking at our forecast, we're looking at wave heights right now where, this could be 6 to 9 foot waves out there in the Pacific, if not 9 to 12 foot waves, kind of isolated. And now we're looking at these areas to watch. Ultimately, what we're saying is that a lot can change out in that open water in your massive journey. What does that adapting to the weather and that environment look like when you're just on a boat like that and you're vulnerable to the rough sea?
We have a lot of different options. So, usually what it means the most of is changes in how we steer so that we can react quickly to the conditions. Sometimes we'll hand steer. Right now, we're on what's referred to as auto helm, so that it's we've got basically something attached to the rest while we're rowing. But yeah, spicy out. We're definitely.
And we're getting a little bit of interference, but you can imagine they're coming to us from, again, the Pacific Ocean in the middle of their journey. So, Erin, I don't know if you can hear me, but you're back on. I just want to ask you something, because you're doing this for charity. I mean, you volunteered for something most people couldn't last an hour or two doing. You're doing this for days, and the ocean has an influence on every single mile. Can you speak to us about not only kind of that mental fortitude, but ultimately who you're doing it for, the charity?
Absolutely. So we, on top of just kind of the adventure of it and the calling of that, we have each chosen a charity to kind of have as our own. So we have the National Eating Disorder Association, we have the Alzheimer's Association, we have Wounded Warrior Project, and we have ROW, which is an acronym for Recovery on Water. It's for breast cancer survivors in the Chicagoland area. Our team name is called More Than Us, and we had that for a reason, in the sense that it's the 4 of us going on this journey, but in reality it's a lot more than that, with a primary goal in mind of bringing those charities with us and those that we kind of hold near and dear to our hearts, and knowing that the struggles and the turmoil that we're going through right now is something that will hopefully be of benefit later on in terms of being able to raise awareness for these charities and funds, to then be able to kind of give back in that way. So it's an adventure for us, but it's also a lot more than that in terms of being able to give back to the communities that mean the most to us.
Powerful. The statement that you're making and the journey that you have begun and will continue on over the next several days, of course. 2,800 miles. Incredible. Erin, of course, alongside her team, Julie, Jack, and Susan, thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Fox Weather.
Thank you, Steve. See you.